Welcome into the A7FL championship game for the Florida League. KJ Doyle here with Logan Windsor. And Logan, it's been a long run-up. We just did the exhibition game. We saw the exhibition game between the Orlando Orange and the Nightcrawlers. And now the main event, the Tampa A team against the Orlando Ghost for the inaugural Florida League championship, the first one in league history for this Florida League.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an exciting matchup. A lot of money on the line, $2,500 for the winning team, and they move on to the Final Four in New Jersey. And those games will be played on July 11th. And whoever wins that is share of $10,000.
And Logan, obviously a lot on the line here. First championship game down here in Florida. So for those of us joining us who might not be as familiar with the A7FL, why don't you explain some of the rules that we're going to have here today?
Yeah, so it's 7-on-7 rules. There are no helmet or pads. You're going to see a lot of physicality and a lot of agility. Full contact football. There is no snap from the quarterback to the center. The quarterback just gets the ball right away. And the field, you can see, they're just as long. It's 100 yards, but it's going to be a little bit thinner at 40 yards. And the same quarters that you expect, 4 quarters that are 15 minutes long. And there are no kickoffs. Hey, here at the A7FL, KJ, we hate special teams. You know, we take the foot out of football. Instead, there'll be a 3-on-1 throw-off where the opposing team will throw the ball at least 40 yards and the return team will have one guy to get as far as he can down the field. It is my personal favorite differentiated rule in this league.
Absolutely, and we saw in the exhibition game we just watched some very exciting returns. So we'll see how that works out in the championship game to see the teams after their little huddle up, getting everybody motivated to go. And both these teams had spectacular regular seasons and want to cap it off here with a championship victory.
Yeah, I mean, the A team went 5-1 on the year, and the Ghost went 4-2. But KJ, you know the one team the A team lost to? The Ghost. Back a couple of weeks ago. So they're looking for revenge and to get down to New Jersey in a week.
All right, here we come. The throw-off starts here, and we are underway in the championship game. That throw does go the necessary 40 yards, and here come the Ghost on the return. Able to make one-man whisk, spin out of almost another tackle, and get all the way down to the 43-yard line. That was Gene Jenkins on the return.
There we go. So in the expedition game, we had to wait a little bit for a correct throw off, but on that one, bam, starts the game off strong. These two teams are ready.
Yeah, and you see why these are the two teams already started off. You see why these are the two teams that made it to the championship, and I'm sure that talent will shine through as we continue here today as the Ghost offense heads out onto the field to start things off.
Yeah, it seems like so each team is going to have probably a full lineup worth of bench. It seems like the A team has about 7 to 8 guys on the bench, and the Ghosts have 7 to 8 also. So this is going to be an exciting championship game. KJ, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
All right, quarterback snaps the ball, running back to his right, flees out, and off the hands of one of the
come on, man!
A-team defenders could not secure the pick, and he was not happy with himself after that one.
I believe that was Daniel Wynn on that one. He had that in his grasp. So 21.
He was right there, just could not haul it in. And unfortunately for the A-team, trying to get an early turnover to start momentum, gets momentum in their favor, and unable to secure it, and ultimately Orlando Ghost will set up for second down. Here's the snap on second down, looking down the field, off the hands of the receiver, incomplete.
Win again on that one.
Now you hear the coach yelling third down from the sideline. Ghost offense struggling here early on.
Yeah, I mean, the A team just has the middle of the field locked down right now. They have 2 linebackers doing an excellent job at maintaining and getting rid of these passes. Good pass deflections both by Wynn.
Now they'll get to the line of scrimmage here. Have a long way to go for this first down.
Kyle Capillotti at quarterback here, number 11.
Here's the snap. Defender bearing down, throws it up for grabs, and that was knocked away Stephon Reed on the deflection there for Tampa, and these Tampa defenders so far flying all around the field, making it very difficult on the Ghosts to get stuff moving.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with the pressure up front. A-Team is getting back there before Kyle can even get his three-step drop.
And it looks like the Ghosts going to opt to throw here.
So they're just going to do a throw-off here from the 40-yard line. Smart play.
Instead of going for it on 4th down.
Look at that. You see, look at the A-Team right now. They got a defensive stop. They all get together. A-Team. Look at that.
They're coming out with a lot of energy. And the Ghosts, meanwhile, get sorted out who they want on the field for this throw-off. And there's the throw, a high ball. Bounces at the 28 and downed by the Ghost at the 28-yard line.
So a throw-off on a punt doesn't necessarily need to go 40 yards, unlike on what would typically be a kickoff. So you can throw it high and short to make sure there's not a good return.
Exactly, and it looked like that was exactly what the Orlando Ghosts did there to not get it in the hands of that dangerous returner. So now we'll get to see the A-Team come out on offense for the first time today after that defensive stop. And we'll see if their offense can put on as dominant of a display as their defense just did. And the referees are going to blow this one dead. Penalty on the defense.
Offsides on the defense, lined up a little ahead of the ball.
That's going to give Tampa a little bit better field position here to start.
So here we go, Devon Gray leading the quarterback for the A-Team. I'm interested to see how we saw Bishop in the previous game. He's a little more agile, almost like a running back there. I want to see what Devon Gray can do.
We'll see here, lines up, one running back behind him.
First and 5.
Wide receiver comes in motion, fakes the handoff, now pitches it to his running back, gets the block, cuts back up to the other side of the field.
Big running back.
And gets 6. Look like that's going to be enough after the penalty for the first down.
So Daniel Wynn, I guess he's going to be the guy this game. He was a middle linebacker, getting a couple pass deflections on defense, and he's going to be the running back. And KJ, you know, as I watch this, I'm like, hey, man, you know, I think I could be out there. You know, maybe I could be like a safety because I love football. I played it a lot during high school. But then I look at running backs like Daniel Wynn, and I'm like, okay,
you don't want to tackle him.
I think I'm good in the broadcast booth.
You don't want to get in his way. He is hard man to bring down, and I'm sure the Ghost will find that out rather quickly in this one.
The linemen aren't as big as Daniel Wynn. It's just a bunch of muscle up there.
And we mentioned on the past broadcast how strong you have to be to play this game. Without helmets, without pads, you have to be ready to take a beating, and these players are.
What a tackle. That was Todd Johnson just going for the left knee of Wynn, and that's all you got to do to bring him down. I mean, he's still got a decent amount of coverage there, but man, what a tackle.
Substitution now for the A-Team as Dan Wynn comes off the field after a couple nice runs.
You can only do so much, right? So
a little bit of trouble with the snap there. They'll get that sorted out.
Looks to be about 2nd and 7 right now.
Another wide receiver comes in motion and fakes the sweep. Going to take it himself and get taken down.
Boy, you were down.
Not fooling anybody on that one. You had the earlier play from the A-Team where they send that receiver in motion and try the pitch to the left. Now they fake it to the right, trying to catch the defense off guard.
That was awesome. He thought he got tackled down behind. Great defensive line play by the Orlando Ghost. He thought he could get away with that.
You gotta try, you know. The worst that can happen is the referee blows it dead. But hey, you gotta act like you weren't down, you know. See what you can get away with. Win on the margins.
All right. Third down. I'd say about what? Third down and 10. We're back to the original line of scrimmage.
Another running back straight behind for the Tampa A team. One of their favorite formations. Wide receiver comes in motion again. Fakes the handoff, goes to the pitch. A go-to play early on for the A team, but not much work in there. Tackled after about 2 yards.
Great defense by the Orlando Ghost. I mean, I'm looking down here and I'm seeing number 12 come down. He goes from defense to tackle and he makes the play along the sideline. Come on, man.
And it looks like, unlike the Ghost, who decided they were going to just do a throw-off punt, the A team looking to go for it here, be aggressive here in the first quarter. So the A-team line up to go for it. We'll see what they run. Empty backfield now. First time we've seen an empty backfield from their offense here today.
All they got to do is they got to get 7 yards here. There doesn't have to be a deep ball.
Here's a snap. Rolling out to his left, throwing deep downfield. He's got a step on his man, but incomplete. A lot of separation there from his receiver. Just couldn't get enough on that pass and unfortunately deflected, and the Ghost will take over.
Yeah, I mean, he had it. He just underthrew it just a little bit, and great defensive coverage by the defensive back. Right there. So my thing is you go for 3 straight short plays, and then you go long on 4th down? You don't need to get 30 yards. You need to get 7.
What do you make of the different strategies we've seen so far early on in this game?
Well, you know, A-team does a lot of motion. They're on a more tight set. In the exhibition game we watched, there was a lot of more spread. There was 3 receivers, and the A-team only runs 1. So they rely on the run game to win. But if the Orlando Ghost keeps playing defense like they have been, this is going to be a long, short game.
What do you make of the idea that the Ghost choose to punt there, and then the A-team chooses to go for it and set the Ghost up with a little bit better field position?
Well, I think they believe in their defense. I think they don't think the Orlando Ghost can score on 45 yards.
Well, we'll see. Here's another rollout, another pass complete.
Oh.
And tackled down at the 40-yard line. It's Gene Jenkins again.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great throw by Kyle, getting to Gene Jenkins, getting at least a couple yards.
That'll set up 2nd down now. We'll see if the Ghost can capitalize on the A-team deciding to go for it on 4th down.
2nd and 5.
Little pitch, bobbled it for a second, but able to gain control, stay on his feet, break 1 tackle, and get all the way down to the 31-yard line. An impressive run there by Bate.
Yeah, I mean, Bate, he jukes the defender there, gets towards the middle of the field, and goes out, and was able to just get enough for the 1st down. That was a broken play with a fumbled, bobble there on the handoff. But Joey able to get a little bit of room.
Good recovery.
Good recovery.
Orlando now, after the 1st down, discusses what they want to do in the huddle as they approach closer to the end zone.
I gotta say, number 21 out there for the Ghost. Is that a little Santa hat that he's wearing? Is that Woody Charles? I love that. It's Christmas in July here.
Everybody has their own style. Here's a snap from the Ghost. And downfield's going to be complete over the middle.
Man, they love that inside route with Jenkins.
It's a little drag route over the middle. It's about 2 yards. Short passing game, working early.
It's a great 1st down play. I mean, get 2nd and 5 right away. You get 3 plays to get 5 yards. I absolutely love it. Because we've noticed in the expedition game, here's how defenses get stops. Because there's 7 guys and there's so much room, 10 yards is relatively easy to get. So how do you get stops? Oh, you do one of 2 things. You get sacks or tackles for loss, or you get turnovers. So if you play the short yardage game and you're good at it, yeah, the scoring isn't going to be as high because the drives are taking longer, but you almost guarantee to score if you can get at least 5 yards per play.
The Orlando Ghosts now set up on 2nd down, 2nd and 8. Here's the snap. Rush coming quickly, but a little dump off to the running back. Couple moves and close to the first down, but just going to be a couple yards short. So you saw the defenders bearing down there. Tampa sends a few, but leave the running back wide open there for the dump off and a couple yards.
That was Joey Bate. Did something similar in the previous first down. That guy's elusive, man. You want to talk about a difference between running backs? I mean, there's Daniel Wynn, pure power. That man is a bulldozer through the line of scrimmage. And then you got a running back like Joey Bate. Like Christian McCaffrey, super elusive, the agility, the jukes, the spins. We're going to see a lot from him. Two completely different styles here between each running back.
Then the substitution for the A-team on defense. Now we get set up here. Big third down now for the Ghost. And
I think they got the first down.
Oh, they did pick up the first down. Looks like the referee repositioned. Just enough for the first. Now the handoff comes. Here. Oh, a hurdle!
Oh!
And he gets leveled. Oh! Flexing on him a little bit. That's
Hurdle's
Dan Wynn.
Hurdle's a man, and Adam Jones Jr. just annihilated him. Because the replay, you look right here. Great hurdle by the running back, but then Daniel Jones just comes and gives him a little pop. And you could hear even the Orlando Ghosts were like, whoa, what a hit.
An impressive play on both sides for different reasons there, showing off the incredible athleticism from both teams. And
that's what I love, the no pads, man. It's getting physical in here.
Come the Ghost on second down, another handoff. Able to cut back upfield. Nice hit, able to break off of it, but ultimately gang tackled and brought down to bring up about third and medium.
I do like, however, that the refs, because, again, I'm talking more about the no pads thing. They stop the play when it's like a gang tackle very, very quickly. Because you don't want to risk anybody falling down or getting a blindside tackle coming. They do that in the NFL. They let the play just keep going and going and going, and then somebody's defender comes and just pops them right in the head.
Yeah.
You see that a lot. Here, they call it dead as soon as a gang tackle occurs. I like that.
Big third down now for the Ghost.
3rd and 3.
We saw them punt last time when they got to fourth. Can't imagine they'll do it now. Now they're all the way down to the 20.
There are no field
but we'll
goals
see.
here.
We'll see if they get to that fourth down or if they're able to pick it up here. Quarterback rolls out. It's going to be thrown a little bit short, and now that brings up fourth.
Yeah, I believe they changed running backs there. I think that was David Crandall back there faking the handoff and trying to get him to go left. The defender's going left, so they had the right side of the field open. But the A-team, just excellent defensive presence there.
And we've seen a few nice plays from the A-team defensively so far. And now they need another big play here in the first quarter, perhaps the biggest play we've seen of the game so far. A 4th and 2 in the red zone. Maybe 4th and a little more.
I believe it's 4th and 3.
But a huge moment for the Ghost. Potential pivotal moment early on in this game. Here's the snap. 2 defenders bearing down. Just has to throw it up off his back foot. It's intercepted, and nobody's in front. It looks like nobody is going to be able to get him from the Ghost. One defender's trying to track him down from behind. He's going to wait for his blocking to set up smartly. He knows he has the advantage, and he's just going to walk in for the touchdown. Stephon Reed with a pick 6 and a big momentum shift for the Tampa A-team. A flag on the play, but a huge play. We thought they were just going to get the stop to make it big on 4th and 2. How about a pick 6?
I mean, there was a force, yes, but talk about the return from Stephon Reed. Hey, you throw the interception, you get a good tackle there, and no harm, no foul. You're being aggressive, you get the same field position. But Reed takes it back 85 yards to start off the scoring here in the championship game for the Florida League.
And you understand the reasoning behind that throw from the quarterback. It's 4th down. You want to throw something up, but there's a danger in that, and that's the result.
Yeah, I mean, both offenses haven't been able to get going. So, I mean, you throw that at the ground and you called it a day. I mean, I guess, but it's just hard to tell the quarterback to do that, especially with the championship game on the line.
Absolutely. But obviously proves costly for the Ghost, as they'll have to get back into it now, given the A-team the lead 6-0. Now the chance for the 2-point conversion to make it 8-0. And we'll see what they draw up here to try to get in the end zone for the 2.
I'm not totally sure what they threw the flag on. Maybe the yardage will be assessed on the kickoff. The throw-off.
Could have been unsportsmanlike conduct if we had to speculate, but it was hard to tell.
So here we go, Devon Gray. Let's see what he can pull off here. They were unable to get a first down, their only offensive possession, but can they get the 2-point conversion here?
One running back to his left, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Fade route to the corner of the end zone. It is caught. Daniel Wynn again. We've mentioned his name a few times already today. He's making big play after big play.
The big guy's got hands? What can't he do? Come on, man.
Seems like he's doing a little bit of everything on defense. The big hit offensively, trucking people over on that first drive, and then the fade route for the 2-point conversion to put the Tampa A team up 8-0 early on in the first quarter of this championship game.
Yeah. Good start here for the A team. I mean, it's tough to say good start. They got lucky on the pick 6. I mean, an absolute great return there by Stephon Reed. But now, if you're the Ghost, you got to regroup. You had a great offensive possession last drive. You're able to get it to the red zone. You cannot be discouraged.
You see the A team now getting set for the throw off. Throwing to the Ghost. Second throw off of the day if you don't count the punt throw off.
Woody Charles returning back there for the Orlando Ghost. We know this league was formed up in New Jersey. We got the New Jersey native back there with the little Santa hat. I like that Santa hat.
Woody
Haitian
Charles
hat.
has some style to him.
The Haitian hat. My apologies. It is a Haitian hat that he is wearing.
Well, he's definitely got some style to him, wearing that on the football field. So referees blow the whistle. Here comes the throw. That's going to travel just past, hits at the 24, but goes out of bounds.
Yeah, so we mentioned this is an exhibition game for anybody that's unaware. So the ball can't go out of bounds. So now what's going to happen is that we're going to see Woody Charles get it at the 25-yard line, and the A team set up at the 35-yard line. Woody Charles is going to go, and he's going to try to get as far as he can, almost like it was a completed throw-off.
We'll see what tactic Woody goes with. We've seen a few different ones from different returners, and it looks like he's just going to use his burst of speed to get as many yards as possible. Gets up around the 40 or 35-yard line. Big return there. We've seen some returners try different styles. The patience, looking for that seam to just jet through. Maybe get them all, close to coming up to the field.
Just run as fast as you can. Get towards the sideline. Get good field position. I mean, it's just going to be the best field position of the game so far at the 34-yard line. So they only need to get 2 or 3 first downs, and then bam, they're in the end zone.
Yeah, it's all about what you're looking for, the big play or as many yards as you can get. It looks like Woody Charles opted for the latter and sets his team up nicely after that pick 6, hoping that this drive goes a little bit better. So running back behind, it's going to be a pitch. It's going to have to cut back to the other side of the field. The A-team did a nice job stifling that, but gets a big gain on the other side, picks up about 8 yards, and sets his team up with a 2nd and short. Nice cutback there.
Yeah, Mark Cooper there on that.
So we've seen a lot of pitches from the A-team early on. The Ghost finally run one themselves. Doesn't go exactly as planned, a little bit of improvisation, but still a nice gain on that play.
Yeah. Nice first down play. Again, like the Orlando Ghost do the same thing. They try to get a few yards on first down, so set up a good 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. But this will be the end of the first quarter.
End of the first in the championship game, 8-0. The Tampa A team leads it. We'll be right back for the second quarter here in the A7FL. You're watching the championship game. Stick around.
A7FL fans, the official A7FL store is now open. Whether you're a fan of OG A7 teams like the undefeated BIC or the 2020 champions Patterson U, or if you want to rep a new team like the O-Town Orange or the San Diego Shockwave, we've got it all. From hoodies and hats to even official team jerseys. You can even customize those jerseys with the nicknames of your favorite A7FL players. Whether it be Courage, Mamba Stacks, Hard Body, or the unstoppable CP3, you can get it now at a7fl.com/gear.
Welcome back into second quarter. First play set up. Here we go. It's going to be another touchdown to start off the second quarter. No, Gain tackled there. Good run there by Avery Harris of the Orlando Ghost.
So 8-0 now. The Ghost trying to answer after throwing the pick six on the last drive. But putting a good drive together here so far. A couple nice plays after the big return.
Yeah, Mark Cooper and Avery Harris seem to be like going back and forth to be who the running back is going to be. It'd be a nice rotation. I'm interested to see which one succeeds.
Ghost looking towards the sideline as they send their running back out wide. Got a trip set to the right. Throw over there. It'll be a screen. Tries to juke out of it and get more yardage, but it gets tackled at the 5. Gene Jenkins could not get much on that play, maybe about a yard or two.
Man, yeah, they run that classic trips receivers on the right-hand side. 2 of the receivers blocked, trying to get some room for Gene Jenkins. But again, the A-team's defense is just amazing this game. I mean, there's a reason they're in this championship game, and it is because of their defense.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can stand up here and make a goal line stop. Obviously, the Ghosts got pretty close last time. They were knocking on the door of the red zone. Right outside, it seemed like they were moving the ball well, and all of a sudden that A-team just stood up and were able to stifle them. We'll see if that's the case here. A little pitch to the outside. Ghost trying to get to the end zone, gets pushed out at maybe the 1 or 2 yard line.
Yeah, that was Mark Cooper trying to get to that end zone. It was just short, just 1 yard away.
And now the A-team will really have to stand up and stop something here.
I mean, they did something similar. I mean, they had 2 receivers on the outside. They do this kind of the same thing every time, it seems like. They get 2 receivers out for blocking purposes. It's almost like they have their linemen, but on the outside, and they do these outside pitches and outside passes to get guys open and down the field. I mean, there's only 1 yard away. I would be shocked if they don't just hand this ball down the middle and just try to get a quick touchdown.
The pitch has worked very well for both of these teams today. We'll see what they decide to do here. Knocking right on the door. So we get a stoppage here. Looks like maybe a timeout.
Yeah, the A-team only had 6 guys onto the field, so they called a timeout to make sure that they had enough.
Got to get as many people on the field as possible when you're trying to stop someone from getting in from the 1.
You know, that would help, I would say.
Quick conversation between teammates. So now they head back out. Another big play. We've seen pretty much at every point in this game when the Tampa defenses need to make a big play, they've made it. We'll see if that trend can continue here into the second quarter, or if the Ghosts can finally break through. Quarterback trying to dive for the end zone. No signal yet, and now there it is. Touchdown, Ghost.
That was Kyle on that one. Great diving. I mean, he was tackled just before, but he was able to dive almost in mid-tackle. Really fought for that touchdown. I was borderline whether he crossed it or not, but the far official on the top side said he was good. So 6-8, here we go. We got a ball game.
A great effort there, and obviously needing to punch it in on 3rd down, 3rd and short, just trying to do everything he can to get into the end zone. Able to do it, and now we got the 2-point conversion coming up next. We'll see what they decide to call here. Successful on their last short yardage opportunity.
Kyle Capelotti's done a great job at quarterback so far. I mean, he has that pick 6, but I mean, that was on a 4th down. But he has led them and made sure that every single time that they get at least a few yards.
And that is going to be intercepted. Dead play on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about, once again, Kyle Capelotti. He goes to his right, and he's trying to get, at least somewhere, but he gets tackled right away. But just that second effort, that he knows that $2,500 is on the line, dives for the end zone, makes it a 6-8 ball game.
Absolutely, and unable to tie it up, unfortunately. Still trail 8-6 against the A-team here. But fortunately, able to figure out a way to get in and at least make it a 2-point game.
I just want to take a quick moment to thank the official wireless provider of the A7FL. Now, KJ, I'm a college student, you know, you and me both are.
Yeah.
And right now, for one line, by myself, I'm paying about $40 to $50.
That's crazy.
By myself. But with Cricket Wireless, you can get 4 lines, unlimited data for $100. Tackle there at the 41. So we just want to thank Cricket Wireless for being the official sponsor of the A7FL.
You're paying way too much, man. That's crazy.
I know.
Why would you pay for that much for your phone bill?
I know. Well, you know.
Did you know about Cricket Wireless?
I did not until today. I might have to make the switch.
All right, that return sets the A-team up at the 40-yard line, trying to add to their lead. Perhaps make it more than 2 possessions if they can get in and get the 2. That would be the goal here on this drive. Here in the second quarter.
If they can get a touchdown here, 2-point conversion, that's a 2-possession game, and they have a good enough lead here where they don't have to sweat as much. So this is going to be a big possession for the A-team and a bigger possession for the Ghost. You know, they lost the opening.
So referee will get a set here. Everybody getting lined up. 5 wide here for the A-team. And it's QB draw. Quarterback takes it right up the middle, trying to show off that speed, and gets enough for the first down.
The acceleration by Devon Gray, man. I mean, that was something else. Almost like he took one step back to fake the defense into thinking he was doing a drop back, and then just sprints down the middle of the field to get a quick first down.
Good play to get things started, get their offense rolling for the A-team. Drawing up the QB draw. You mentioned how athletic these quarterbacks are in this league, and certainly showcasing that right there.
They are like running backs, some of them. They already have the ball in their hands, so they can get that quick first step and get an easy 5-6 yards before the defense even realizes it.
So now set up first down for the A-team. Another 5 wide set that they ran QB draw out of last time. We'll see what they decide to do here. Wide receiver comes in motion, handoff, it's a jet sweep. Wide receiver gets to the outside, gets tackled to push out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Jorge Williams there.
Yeah, Jorge Williams going on the jet sweep there. I mean, that was just a great tackle by the Ghost. He had the lane. He could have gotten maybe 10, 15 more yards if he could cut the corner well there. But just like an ankle tackle there. It almost flips him on his butt.
Yeah, a big tackle there, big hit to land him out of bounds after a gain of about 3. Now Tampa sets up roughly 2nd and 7 now. And another 5 wide set. That's what they've started to favor. They started to have that running back behind early on and running a lot of those pitches out of it, but now going to that 5 wide spread offense.
Doing the empty backfield here, and it's 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right.
Of course, the blockers up front as well. Looking to throw here deep downfield. Fires it. Got a step. It's complete at the 7-yard line. Big play for the A-team. About 35 yards in the air to set them up with 1st and goal.
That's Jorge Williams on the catch there. I mean, he had all day to throw that ball. He set his feet and threw an absolute dime. Now the A-team, can they get 2-possession ball game here if they can get this touchdown and the 2-point conversion?
We'll see. Set up excellently, and the Ghosts have had trouble stopping them here today. Had that one stop on the first drive, able to get them off the field, but obviously had a tough time tackling Dan Wynn. And now here, explosive stuff. They haven't actually gotten the end zone on offense yet today, except unless you count their first 2-point conversion, of course, with the pick 6. So this is what they've been their best drive easily so far, and we'll see if they can punch it in now. And a little bit of confusion there, maybe a timeout. Both teams were a little bit confused as to exactly what was happening there. It looked like the Ghosts thought that they snapped it. They were trying to trick him or something.
Yeah, the Ghosts are complaining. They're like, what was that? They tried to run a trick play. I guess they didn't like that formation whatsoever, so they just called a timeout.
So the A team will set up, it looks like, still for first and goal.
Yeah, it seemed like Devon Gray, he like faked it, went up to the ref and called timeout, and the ref gave him the signal for their second timeout of the day. They had that first timeout along the goal line on defense when they had 6 men, and here I just don't think they liked the formation or whatever they had set up. So Devon Gray like faked the snap and then called timeout. I mean, okay.
So Gray will set up away from that spread and have the running back behind him again. Again, that's Dan Wynn, who's plowed over a few people already today. We'll see if he can do it again.
If there's anybody to be a goal line back, it'd be him. You get 4 downs, you get 4 plays to get 8 yards. With a guy like Dan Wynn, I would have to imagine you're able to do so.
Another whistle here from the official.
Yeah, a lot of confusion going on right now.
Taking a long time to snap this ball. Looks like we're finally getting set now. And now we get first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion, tailback set behind, fakes the sweep, rolls out looking for a lane to run. Could not find any room and gets taken down. Looks like just ahead of the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard ahead of it.
Avery Harris there on the tackle. I mean, he misses that tackle or is in the correct position, that's a touchdown. He had the lane open, but Devon Gray comes to the right and jukes to left, thinks he has the open lane, but Harris is right there and makes an excellent tackle.
He did a great job clogging things up and containing the A-team offense, and this is, of course, pretty important here for the Ghost. After you just went down and scored, you have the momentum on your side, and you want to keep it here with a big defensive stop and avoid letting the A-team punch it in the end zone, grow their lead, and as you've mentioned, potentially make it 2 possessions.
Give the ball to Daniel Wynn. Either do like a fade here on the right side where he's set up now, or give him a motion on a jet sweep to the left. I'd have to imagine that's one of the 2 plays.
We've seen him featured on the offense. We saw him convert on the 2-point conversion from about this distance. We've seen him truck over a few defenders on some pitches. We'll see what the A-team draws up here with no running back in the backfield. Empty set. Gray's going to look to take off and run again. Gets right up the middle and gets enough to get in the end zone. And A-team gets in again, their first offensive touchdown of the day.
So yeah, they do kind of what I was expecting. They get Wynn to go primary shot, slant route to the left. So all the attention's on him. But nobody's paying attention to Gray. Gray gets open in the middle of the field, and he gets gain tackled at the 1-yard line and just trucks his way to make this an 8-point game.
Now here comes the 2-point conversion, and again, as we've mentioned, this would be pivotal for the A-team to go up 2 possessions here late in the second quarter. If they can convert here, that would put the Ghost in quite a tough spot. Gray lines up at the quarterback with the running back to his left. Receivers split out wide. Again, they went to Win last time on the 2-point conversion. We'll see what they decide to do here. He looked at Win for a second, now decides to take off, and showing off that speed. He's got some wheels, and it's resulted in a touchdown and a 2-point conversion now for the A-team on this drive.
So yeah, like I said, like on the previous one, they get Win, the primary target. Everyone's looking at him. Oh, you did the fade last time. Oh, they're going to do it again, right? No. Gray's going to take not only the touchdown, they get the 2-point conversion on almost the same exact play.
So now the A-team goes up 10 points, and you see the trouble in not converting on your 2-point conversions if you're the Ghost. You want to punch those in, and now the fact that they don't, and there's no kicking in this league, really puts them in the hole, and they're going to need 2 scores if they want to get back into this one.
Yeah, it's almost just as it's almost more important than scoring the touchdown, because that could decide whether your strategy is at the end of the game, whether you're trying to get 1 possession or 2 possessions.
We'll see what they can do here with the limited time they have left available to them in the second quarter. We're going to get a throw off here from the Tampa A team. Referee blows the whistle. Here comes the throw.
There's 5:16 left. So Orlando Ghost, you got 5:16 left on the clock. Of course, you'll get the 2-minute warning.
Here's the throw, and that'll go out of bounds. Referee throws the flag. And now Mark Cooper will get set up at the 25 to return it without a throw. Looks like some confusion here.
Yeah, so you're
on
not
both
allowed
from
to
both
actually
teams.
substitute on the throw-off. You're only supposed to keep the same 3 guys that you had.
And that's what Cooper was trying to point out there to the official. Here we go. Up to the 50, already showing off those wheels. Slips a little bit at the 50-yard line, falls down. He felt like he had something going there, just unable to keep his footing and make any moves on the defenders. But still pretty good field position for his offense.
Yeah, Mark Cooper was trying to get some open room and just slipped midway at the middle of the field. I don't know if it was a give-up slip or like it's like they saw 3 guys coming at him.
Yeah. Well, the offense steps back out onto the field. Ghost with some work in front of them. Down 10 points. And trying to make this a 1-possession game again. Running back step behind the quarterback. Takes the snap. It's a pitch. He's trying to decide where to go. Looks like he's dropped back to throw potentially. And he'll just throw it away. Avoid trouble there. A little bit of trickery there from the Ghost. Trying to make something happen. But unfortunately, nothing really developed on that play.
Yeah, so initially I thought that was intentional grounding, but it seemed like number 8, Todd Johnson, was close enough that the refs decided to not call it. But I mean, it was an interesting play. I mean, they had the wide receiver sweep, then it goes out to pass, but I mean, there's just not enough blocking to give them enough time to see the open man downfield.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Ghost after that failed trick play. Same formation. Receiver comes in motion, jet sweep, tosses it to him, and the A team converges on him rather quickly. Not many places to go there. Gains about 2 yards, but just not much open for them.
Again, this Orlando A team defense just putting on a clinic right now. They allowed that 1 touchdown in the first part of the 2nd quarter, but they do such a great job at not allowing these short 5-10 yard plays and making them do long and distance 3rd downs.
And that's what we're going to see here, a 3rd down and about 8. And the Ghosts have to feel the pressure now, because if they don't convert here, then what do you do? Do you decide to punt, or do you continue to go for it because you're down 10 points? We'll see if that decision comes. Quarterback drops back, gets a block from his running back, tries to throw off the back foot, nearly intercepted.
Oh, come on, man!
Looks like that ball was deflected about 3 times. Once by the receiver, another time by the defender. Almost knocks it into the hands of his teammate for the interception, but just bobbled too many times, too hard to control, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, so Stephon Reed had the pick 6 early on, and I thought he was about to get another one on the tip here. He extends his left arm, tries to corral it in, but just not long enough.
And so decision time for the Ghosts, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. Surprising call, perhaps?
I wouldn't say so. When you're the Ghost here, you're down 2 possessions. You absolutely need this. And there's only about 3 minutes left on the clock right now. So you're not going to give the A team as much time anyway.
All right, quarterback lined up in the backfield, running back behind him, pitches it to him. They're going to try to throw this on 4th down. They got a receiver open. He makes the catch. He turns back. It was a little underthrown, but he makes the catch, runs away from the defender, and the touchdown. So they try the running back pass earlier. It doesn't work. They go to it on 4th down and convert it on the biggest play of the game for them so far.
The cojones, Avery Harris on the 50-yard reception. You said it. Hey, maybe, I don't know, should they go for it on 4th down? You absolutely go for it on 4th down. And now they're only 1 possession away. They're 4 points away.
And going back to the play call that kind of didn't work there on the earlier in the drive, and it works out there.
Yeah, just a great play call. What a cannon of an arm by Mark Cooper there. He threw that thing about 35, 40 yards on the dot. We got a game now. We got a game.
It looked like it was a little bit underthrown. You saw the receiver looking up, trying to track it, and had to pause there for a second. The defender just barely unable to get his hand on it, and then showing off the speed, running away from everybody. And now the Ghosts will go for 2 as we got a whistle here. The referee going to stop action for a second.
Seems like there's being confusion on these 2-point conversions here.
Hey, every time we get down to the goal line, it seems to be happening. But the Ghosts throwing now short of the end zone, fighting forward, and he got it. Wow, the effort there to stretch over the goal line and make that 2-point conversion. Todd Johnson there, incredible effort.
Yeah, I mean, he was gain tackled there. I thought for sure he wasn't going to be able to get there, but the extension on the arm and just using those quads to get to the end zone. Now we got a 2-point game.
I mean, I don't know about you, but that reminded me of what I saw from Antonio Brown back years ago on Sunday Football before he went a little bit off the crazy train when he played for the Steelers, fighting forward to get in against the Ravens in that pivotal game that ultimately was had some playoff implications. In this one, in the championship game, you love to see that kind of effort, given everything they have.
$2,500 on the line, man, and a trip to New Jersey.
Who wouldn't want to go to New Jersey?
Well, this time of year, I'll take that over
I
rainy
love
Florida.
the 2,500, but you know what? You're right. Yeah, I love the 2,500, but if the trip to New Jersey is before the hurricane that's coming, you're right. Maybe that is the more valuable thing, because I wouldn't want to be stuck in this hurricane. All right, we're gonna get a throw off now.
Daniel Wynn going to be on the return here.
16-14. Tampa leads. And the throw is going to be short of where it needs to be, and we're going to reset and have him run from the 25. So a close one so far today, Logan. 16-14. Both teams really showcasing a lot here today. Offensively, defensively, we've seen some tricks get pulled out, some incredible plays individually. I mean,
but it's going to come down to that. If it comes down to that missed 2-point conversion by the Ghosts, that is going to haunt them.
All right, here's the run, and you see this slow approach, waiting and being patient, trying to find the hole.
Look at that!
And there it is. Dan Wynn really putting the wheels on and has to get driven out of bounds just short of the end zone. But we saw the contrasting approaches there from the different returners. Wynn went for the patience and then took off. It seemed like
we saw that in the Expedition game. I mean, we had a different approach on the last throw-off where it was just run and just get as far as you can. But on this one, he was slow. It was like, oh, does he not have the speed to do it? And then he just had this giant burst. Seemed got it to the 4-yard line.
Seemed like he caught the Ghost off guard. The Ghosts were like, whoa, we didn't know he could run this fast. Eventually driven out of bounds. Looked like he lost some steam there at the end, but sets his team up with fantastic field position. So the A-team, after letting up that touchdown to let the Ghost back in and have a chance right away to go back up 10 points if they can punch it in again. So Gray will line up, set up with great field position at about the 5. Running back moves from next to him to behind him.
They got that tight formation with a tight end and only one receiver.
Receiver comes in motion. It's going to be a pitch to him, gets to the outside, cuts it back up to the middle, and taken out at about the 2.
He fumbled it, but the ball went out of bounds there.
Fortunate play for the A-team after that big return. You do not want to turn it over. They're going to want to do everything they can to punch this in.
About 3 yards away. They tried the wide receiver sweep there. I wouldn't be shocked if they go back to it, but use it as a fake.
Set up with such great field position. You're going to want to punch this in. But we'll see if the Ghost can stand up and make a big play defensively here. 2nd down and 2 now. Short yardage, and we've seen Gray take off on a lot of these plays. We'll see if we see a little bit of the quarterback using his feet again here. It's benefited him so far. See if he goes back to it. He's going to hand it off to his running back. Cuts to the outside, back up the middle. Just short. Referee marks him down, barely short of the end zone to bring up 3rd down. Now, personally, Logan, I'd like to see Gray call his own number here because it seems like that's what worked. Well, that's what's been working for them in the red zone.
He's the more elusive guy on this team, absolutely.
And that's what's been working for them in the red zone so far today.
Looks like there's a stoppage here once again. I think they called a timeout. The A team's using their 3rd timeout of the half.
Approaching the end of the 2nd quarter, obviously trying to conserve time here. Don't want the clock to run out. Want to try to punch this in and not give the Orlando Ghost another chance. So after the timeout, the A-team huddling up, trying to draw up the perfect play to get in. Obviously 3rd and very, very short. Shouldn't take too much trickery here. Gray will line up, running back directly behind him. 1 receiver split out wide to the left, 2 to the right. Hikes the ball, immediately sprints to his right, goes back to his left, and there it is. Gray gets in again, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day.
Yeah, I mean, he just jukes the defender out of the way. Everyone has just going right because that's the direction he's going, but he has such quick feet. That's what that ladder drill is for. Gets to the left side and gets towards the end zone. There we go. Quick response there by the A-team. I didn't think they were able to get a touchdown in time because the Ghosts left maybe about 3 minutes left on the clock, but what a great response there.
And a great change of direction, too. I mean, you talk about his elusiveness, just able to shift very quickly. They'll get set up for the 2-point conversion now. Snaps it and trying to use his feet again, trying to see defenders, runs into another one. Did not see him there, apparently, and gets swallowed up by the defense. So the first unsuccessful 2-point conversion of the day for the A-team.
Yeah, 22-14 now. So now they've traded unsuccessful 2-point conversion. So the next time the Ghosts can score, they can tie this game.
And the Ghosts got to be breathing a sigh of relief for that. So not a lot of time here left in the 2nd quarter. The Ghosts won't have much time to work with on this drive. And the A-team get the ball to start the 2nd half as well. So that is going to be huge.
Yeah, I believe it is going to be halftime now.
Looks like we have a discussion with the officials.
They're just making sure that they have the right time on the clock to see if they're going to give the Ghost any time, like a couple seconds left.
I don't think they'll be able to do much with it if they get it. But
what do you mean, man? Those were turnoffs.
Hey, it being a championship, you got to get every chance you can. So a long discussion here with the officials.
Yeah. So there was about 2 seconds left after Gray scored that touchdown. And now they're trying to get to at least have a few more seconds left on the clock, and the officials are getting together whether or not they're going to give them that throw-off opportunity.
Yeah, you see Mark Cooper from the Ghost, the one talking to the officials right now, trying to bargain with him a little bit, you know.
So they are going to give it to him. So for the word from the desk, they're going to give him 2 seconds on the clock, and they're going to give him a throw-off opportunity here. Hey, we saw in the last game, these throw-offs, anything can happen.
I mean, we saw the last throw-off. I mean, Wynn gave his team fantastic field position. And, I mean, we'll see if the Ghost can do the same. These throw-offs, if I was the Ghost, you put your most elusive man back there, you let him return it, and you hope that he can set you up either very, very close to the end zone or take it in himself.
Yeah, I think the A-team doesn't realize that they do have to do a throw-off.
So the captains look like they're going to meet on the field here.
(22-14) right now, 1 possession game.
And still a conversation going on. Still some things to sort out. It seems like a lot of confusion here on the sideline for both teams. Maybe the officials just trying to tell the captains for each team what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Getting some communication right now.
Making sure everybody's on the same page. as to what the situation here. Obviously, a championship game, a lot of money on the line.
$2,500.
You don't want anybody to be able to dispute the happenings of this game, so you want to make sure everybody knows the exact situation. Because if there's a big return here, you know, and the A team feels like there wasn't supposed to be any time on the clock, you know they're going to have something to say about it.
Absolutely.
And if you're watching out there at home, you should know the A7FL, you can be an investor in the league early on in the Bertha List League, Florida League. As we mentioned, this is the first inaugural Florida League championship game. So if you'd like to look into becoming an investor, this is your opportunity. The time is now.
I'm not exactly sure what they're doing right now. So they're gonna redo the conversion?
Is that right? Was there a mistake on the conversion?
So on the previous play, they ran the clock, which
see.
they're not supposed to. So they have to redo the 2-point conversion. So it is still 20-14 right now.
Huh. Wow, that feels...
Yeah, so they're not supposed to run the clock on the conversion, and that was the miscommunication.
And of course, it was an unsuccessful conversion for the A team, so...
That is correct.
They'll get another chance here, so I don't know how I would feel about that if I was the
Yeah,
Ghost.
so it's still 22-14. On the previous play, we saw Gray get tackled here, so now they actually have an opportunity to score.
And a penalty flag comes out. Looks like maybe a false start. And that's exactly what it's going to be.
So it's going to be a false start.
You know what? I think that's karma. I think because they ran the play, it was unsuccessful. I mean, personally, that's my opinion. I don't know what the conclusion they came to was. Everybody seemed like they were ready for the play to happen. The play happened, and because the clock ran, they decided to not just put the time back on the clock. That's what I would have done personally. But I think this is fair. 5-yard penalty to back you up a little bit. Now you have to run it from there. That seems like fair to me. And we'll see what the A team has in their bag of tricks to try to go up 2 possessions.
2 for 2 on the day so far. Look to make it 3-3. Another false start?
Oh my goodness. Both 2 flags come out, both for the same penalty. False start on the offense. And the A team gifted with a golden opportunity to retry their 2-point conversion after getting sacked on the previous one, and just making those self-inflicted mistakes there. Just you can't really afford that in a championship game.
This is an explosive offense. They can still get this from 20 yards.
We will see, again, a long way out. But you hate to see those self-inflicted wounds in a championship, especially with the money we said it was on the line. Receivers split out wide. 2 to the left, and a tight end inside. Gray looking deep downfield. Now looks to take off, stays behind the line, looking to throw. He's going to get taken down, out of bounds, and the 2-point try is indeed unsuccessful. So now we can move forward to the throw-off for the Orlando Ghost.
So it looks like there's going to be about maybe 7 seconds left on the clock for the Orlando Ghost after the confusion that was after the 2-point, but they didn't get it anyway, so it's still going to stay at that score.
And what do you think? What do you expect to see here on this final possession of the first half, likely, for the Orlando Ghost? How aggressive are you? Because we saw that they already have a pick 6 in this game.
There's 7 seconds left, so they... Yeah, so they're supposed to send out the throw team right now. There's 7 seconds left on the clock. It's not halftime yet.
Right. I'm saying how at this last possession of the first half.
You got to go all the way. You're down 8. You got to check the ball deep and then just be prepared if it is a pick 6 to defend the return.
Well, we'll see. Again, the Ghosts have already had one in this game, so hopefully they can prevent another one here. But at being a championship, you're down 8 points right now. You never know what's going to happen with the 2-point conversion if you are able to punch it in on the next touchdown. So you got to put up as many points as you can. Of course, it is a one-score game, but if you don't get the 2, it's a 2-score game. So you got to get as many points up there as possible. Here comes the throw from the A team, and it's short.
So they're going to do the runoff now. So what's going to happen is the ball's going to be in his hand at the 25-yard line, and this is his chance. Gene Jenkins is going to get a chance here against 3 guys to tie this game.
And Logan, just so everyone knows at home, this is untimed as well.
Untimed.
So here we go. Here comes the run, trying to get to the outside, using a burst of speed, taken out of bounds at the 40. And a timeout taken.
So they were rushing to call timeout, but they don't need to because it's not timed down. So they can go as long as they want. They got 7 seconds. Maybe do like a quick slant or a quick play to get some yards. Call a timeout. Still have a couple seconds on the clock.
We'll see. You have to work quick here. We've seen the Ghosts with some big plays already so far. Big play touchdown on their last drive, of course, with the trick play for the running back pass. But the A team has 2 safeties deep. They're going to be defending all the way back to the end zone. They got someone all the way back towards the goal line now, coming forward a little bit now, shifting up the alignment a little bit. But it's going to be much harder to throw deep here. Empty backfield, throws down the sideline, and it is picked off.
Feeder at his nose.
And the referee is going to say he tiptoed out of bounds. Not happy with that. And that was the danger zone we talked about. That's the danger of going for it. If he did not have a toe out of bounds, if he had smaller shoes like Kevin Durant needed, he might have been able to take that one back. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah.
But
now this is interesting because there's 2 seconds left on the clock. Now the A team's going to get a chance to do their own kind of Hail Mary or trick play. I like the idea that the Orlando Ghosts did. They were trying to get a deep play, trying to take off 5 or 6 seconds on the clock, and then get 2 seconds left to do a 20-yard touchdown.
And a lot of celebration from the A team on the sideline after that pick.
But a bad pass, and here we go. Can the A team go up 2 possessions with 2 seconds left?
A team really celebrating that pick, very happy. But hey, it's only the first half, all right? You're only up 1 score, so you don't want to be too quick with this stuff. You don't want to let the Ghosts see that because that's going to motivate them, and that's the last thing you need. But we'll see what the A team draws up. What is this? 92 yards, I should say, from the end zone. It's a long way to go. We'll see how aggressive they decide to be. Empty backfield. Quarterback takes the snap, looking downfield, avoiding the pressure, throwing short at his receiver's feet, incomplete, and that is going to be the end of the first half. Stick around. We'll be back for the second half. You don't want to miss the championship game. Still 1 score and 8-point game here in the A7FL. Come back for the third quarter where we will decide a champion, the first inaugural champion in the Florida A7FL League.
Pro football is a sport of evolution, from the I formation into the Wildcat, and from the 3-4 into the 4-3 and then the 46. But much like MySpace, it stopped evolving in like 2008. We at the A7FL have not only evolved the game of football, but streamlined it. Why? We want a faster, more explosive, and more exciting game for our fans and our players. We also wanted a safer game, so our players can step onto the field and ensure that they are at less of a risk for major head or neck injuries. Now you're asking yourself, hey loud dude on the internet, how? Well, if you were patient, I'd have gotten to that already. The rules for the A7FL are pretty simple. First off, we play 7-on-7 football. Makes the game more wide open and sets up for big plays like this. Next up, no helmets or pads. While some of you may cringe at that, studies have shown that playing without helmets or pads limits a player from leading with their head on plays and forces the players to embrace wrap tackling. Then, we have no kicking or punting in the A7FL. We're for the brand and all, and if you've ever played football at any level, you know finding a good kicker or a punter is like finding a needle in the haystack, if that haystack was the size of New Jersey. Also, we're playing on a 100-yard field, but narrower. We're scaling it down because it's 7-on-7 football, and we want it to be a great game, but we don't want those defenders getting lost out there. We also have 4 15-minute quarters. That, much like any BIG album, is the standard, and we're not changing. Next up is no snap from the center to the quarterback. How many times have we seen a center botch a snap or a quarterback have the football fly over his head? We want our offensive linemen to protect the quarterback and do their job as only they can. Now we have the most exciting play in football, the 3-on-1. We have 3 defenders, 1 returner, and the chance to see someone take it back to the house or be lit up like a Christmas tree. But folks, the 3-on-1s are safer and more exciting than your traditional kick return. No gunners, no crackback blocks, and more open field. Want a taste of the A7FL and find out why it's the alternative in pro football? Sign up for an A7FL season pass just for $59.99 on Fight. More information is available by downloading the Fight app on your phone, tablet, smart TV, or device, or just by heading to fight.tv. A7FL fans, the official A7FL store is now open. Whether you're a fan of OG A7 teams like the undefeated BIC or the 2020 champions Patterson U, or if you want to rep a new team like the O-Town Orange or the San Diego Shockwave, we've got it all. From hoodies and hats to even official team jerseys. You can even customize those jerseys with the nicknames of your favorite A7FL players. Whether it be Courage, Mamba Stacks, Hard Body, or the unstoppable CP3, you can get it now at a7fl.com/gear. Support your team and your town at a7fl.com/gear.
There is no kicking in the A7FL. We've replaced traditional kickoffs with a 3-on-1 throw-off. This gameplay is safer, but still very exciting. Removing the blockers removes any chance for a crackback, blindside type of block. The throwing team must throw the ball at least 40 yards on the fly or it's a penalty. Penalties on throw-offs result in a reset with the returner starting with the ball in hand. There is a lot of people on social media compare the A7FL to rugby. Our ball is white, we tackle, but that's where the similarities end. The A7FL is American football through and through. This is American culture, and at some point, everyone played a form of A7FL in their heyday. So rugby guys, we respect your game, but it's just not A7FL. Sorry.
Welcome back to the A7FL Florida Championship game. Logan Windsor and KJ Doyle on the call here as Orlando is up. And Orlando is down 14-20 versus the Tampa A team. We're clear up a small confusion. It is 20-14. There was a 2-point conversion where they were like a half-yard short.
Oh, wow.
The refs called it initially a 2-point, but it's going to be 20-14. So it's only a 6-point lead.
And we saw some incredible plays in the first half from the A team and the Ghost team. I mean, it was really some of the best football that you'll be able to find like this on anywhere. It's just it really, the athletes out here on the field tonight have put on quite the display, as you'd expect in a championship game. And the second half should be just as intense. You mentioned just a one-score game, close one for these teams in the fight for a championship. It should be really special.
So here comes the throw off here. Is it going to get 40 yards? It doesn't. It's going to be 39. Yeah. It was 1 yard short.
So close to getting it there, and it looked like they were going to be able to make a quick tackle on him if they were able to execute well enough, but unfortunately got it back up after expending all that energy to run down there and give the Tampa A team a chance for a big return.
Yeah, so we saw it a few in the exhibition game, how there was a lot of wind. In this one, there is next to no wind.
We are in Windermere, you know?
We are in Windermere.
Windermere, you know?
We are in Windermere. That is absolutely correct. So here we go on the runoff here. We're seeing that hesitation, and now here comes the speed. Trying to break away, and a little bit of the pants gets caught there. Are they going to call a fumble on this, or are they going to call him down?
It looked like they blew him dead, and the Ghost Island is not happy. They wanted that fumble, but it looked like they blew it dead before
it looks like
it came out.
They called forward progress. They called the play dead. Then the fumble occurred.
And, you know, I know the Ghosts are upset, but I think that was the right call. He was clearly wrapped up there. I think he was clearly down, and I mean, they had him securely down. And I know I understand how upsetting that can be when you think you're gonna have a big turnover, big play. Could have been returned for 6, but I honestly think that was the call. You eventually have to blow someone down. You can't just let the play go forever, and I think that was the right time to do so.
Mm-hmm. So here we go, the A team with a 6-point lead to start off the half.
But a little bit of controversy
now. Can they make it a two-possession game?
A little bit of controversy. We'll see if that motivates the Ghost team. They're clearly unhappy with the call.
Can they get a good defensive stop here?
Yeah. I mean, it could go either way. You've seen this impact teams in different ways when they deal with calls like this. You can take a controversial call and you can let it consume you and use it as an excuse, or you can fight back against it, power through, and end up being the thing that motivates you to win the game. So we'll see which it is for the Ghost.
Gray at quarterback. West in the back. Here comes a motion. That's Holland. Gray on the nice pitch off. Good play to start off the half, but it's only going to get 5 yards. Great play design there with the fake motion coming from behind, but on the jet sweep to 26, unable to get a significant amount of yardage. That was Stephon Reed there.
And it doesn't result in much for the A team, but we've seen both of these teams go to a lot of motion, a lot of fakes, a lot of trickery, trying to get these teams off guard because they know how good each other's defenses are, and they're going to be tough to get past. So, you understand why they're going to so many of those actions today. It's just you can tell with these defenses, they're so good they can even stand up to those misdirections.
So here we go, motion once again. Holland coming behind. Great, hands it off to West. West with the burst of speed and gets the first down. Holland on the fake motion there was able to get some room for West as he was able to get 5 yards and advance the first down marker.
Yeah, West is just, we've mentioned it time and time again, a tough man to tackle. I don't know how you don't hand it off to him every time. I mean, it seems like every time you hand him the ball, he could get 5 yards just by putting his head down and falling forward.
Yeah.
But,
it's tough to see on those close ones because it's you got to go bright white jerseys with red, the darkish gray jerseys that look kind of white, and then the white ball. So it's tough to see exactly where the ball ends up, but they are going to mark it a first down at the 45-yard line. Got to get to the 35 here, 1st and 10. Gray once again calling for the motion for Holland, but they're going to call false start here. I think the receiver on the right-hand side thought he was initially going to be the guy in motion, did a little flinch, and that's going to be 5 yards back.
That's what you got to be careful of when you're sending receivers in motion as often as they have. And, the A team really just struggling to, after a few good plays, really just finding it difficult being able to, stop. I mean, they keep going back to that motion. You'd think they'd have it down, but unfortunately.
It's mistakes happen. That motion's going really well for them so far, and I expect them to keep using it. So here we go, 1st and 15. They're at the 50-yard line, got to get to the 35. Gray at quarterback, West in the backfield. Holland once again on that motion that's been working well. Gray using the option, pitches it out to Holland, and Holland gets 7 yards. On the pitch there, I mean, he pitches it there from the 45 and gets an extra 2 yards on the option.
They needed to make up for that yardage lost on the penalty, able to do so there and set themselves up with a manageable second down.
Yeah, Ramirez now subbing in for Holland. So coming up now, 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Going back to that same formation.
Tampa A team trying to get a 2-possession lead, up 20-14. Gray in the tight set, pitches it out to Win. Win juking through defenders, trying to get to that first down marker, but the Ghost power around him, stopping him at the 38-yard line. 3rd down and 3 now.
And they just keep getting that yardage, running the ball, slowly but surely, meandering their way down the field. And if they can keep stringing together yardage like that on every run, they'll get to the end zone pretty quick, and they'll extend this lead to 2 possessions.
Folks, the sky is getting a little darker now, so the lights have come on as we're going to get some night football here. It is going to be a good one. A7FL Florida Championship on the line. Fake handoff here, run by Gray, just short of the first down, I believe. It depends on the mark. It was third down, so it's gonna be crucial on where the refs spot this one. They're gonna spot it 1 yard short.
My goodness.
Gray tried to dive through defenders to get to the first down marker, but is unsuccessful. It is now 4th and 1.
And of course you have to go for this if you're the Tampa A team, and it's absolutely the right call. I mean, if they just run the ball again like they've been able to so far on this drive, they should easily pick this up. So to me, if I was calling the plays for the A team, you just call another run play, you pick up the first, and you keep this drive going.
4th and 1. Handoff to Win. No, they fake it. Here comes Gray along the sideline, gets pulled and over a defender for the first down. It depends on the mark, but I believe that he got it just before the out of bounds. He had no business on getting that first down, but he jumps over a man's back. It gets the first down with a gain of 2.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, Logan, I'll give them credit for picking up the first, but I didn't love the play call. I mean, you saw if they had handed it off, it seemed like they easily would have picked up the first there. It seemed like the Red Sea parted there for West if you wanted to just run it right up the middle. But they decide to keep it with the quarterback there, and ultimately it works out for them, and they do get the first anyway.
Nevertheless, first down and 10 at the 34-yard line. Gray talking to Win in the backfield. Got a tight set here. He's going to go in motion to the left-hand side, giving him an empty backfield. 4 blockers in front of him, receiver on each side. Gray immediately sprints to the left-hand side, but the ghosts convey around him, push him out of bounds.
The last 2 plays now, Gray has really made his mark felt in the run game, scrambling quite a bit and making it those athletic feet, really showing him off. And, you know, we've seen Gray do that a few times already today, mostly in the red zone, be very effective. And now on this drive, these last 2 plays, he's making it work for the A team.
I mean, I saw Jake Ledavia. I mean, that's a big man coming, almost about to push him out of bounds. But Gray just gets the extra little burst of speed to get past him and get the extra 6 yards. So now, 2nd and 5 here at the 29-yard line. Got to get to the 24 for a first down. Once again, it's that tight formation with Win in the backfield. Here comes the motion behind, and they do give it to the motion man. He's got a lane, but a great tackle there. Only stopping him before he can get past the line of scrimmage. That was Todd Johnson getting it to him just before he could cross the sideline.
Yeah, and they love that single tailback set with the motion. They keep going back to the well on that one, and it keeps paying off. Besides the penalty earlier on this drive, it's been very, very effective against the Ghost defense, and they're going to have to find an answer for it. Otherwise, they'll be looking at themselves down 2 possessions as we really roll through this third quarter.
So here we go. Empty backfield here, receiver on each side. You got West on the left-hand side, and you got the motion man coming through. Here we go. Stephon Reed tries to get it to him. It is going to be 2 yards short.
Ooh,
now
a
we got a little
pushing and
skirmish
shoving.
thrown here. The aggression is starting to show that, and the flag is drawn, and you hope that's not on either team. Now you got a player from the exhibition game now on the field. What's going on out there?
See some chirping, some cheering. The players love it. They're getting into it. And, hey, when that much money is on the line, when you're talking about money in these situations, things are going to get a little heated.
It's going to be on the Tampa A team.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, Logan, if you were trying to take $2,500 from me, I'd be pretty upset about it. I wouldn't like that at all. So you understand why there's some little bit of back and forth between these 2 teams, a little bit of aggressiveness.
It's going to be interesting to see what the penalty yardage here. He got to the 26, and he needed to get to the 24 for a first down. It's going to be 4th down, but the amount of penalty yardage they're going to take is going to be interesting. 5 yards. Now you're at 10. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And that is absolutely demoralizing. They were 1 2 yards away from getting the first down, but now they're all the way back at the 45-yard line.
Well, yeah, you're marching down the field. The Ghost can't stop your run game. You're churning it every play. You're getting enough exact yardage you need. And you're really marching on your way to the end zone. It seems like they're going to have a tough time slowing you down. And you back yourself up that much, you make it difficult for yourself to run the ball. It's hard to run the ball when you're backed up this much on offense. So a costly mistake for the A-team. We'll see if they can avoid letting it come back to bite them, perhaps by picking up the first here. And in that case, they don't have to worry about it. But, yeah, very, very difficult thing to take if you're the A-team right now.
So you mentioned it before in the first half. Do you just do a throw-off here and try to get almost like a punt like in the NFL? But they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. 4th and 21. Trips on the left-hand side, single man on the right. Only 2 blockers. Bold move here by the A-team, up 6. Let's see if it pays off for him. Gray. Takes a step back, 3-step drop. Here comes the man, Gray. Gonna throw, but he's gonna run instead. He's got the right side of the field open. Can he get there in time? Gray jukes a man and gets 2 yards short.
Well, it was an unbelievable effort by Gray. He really gave it his all. You take off there with all that yardage to go. You think, oh, how's he possibly going to get there? And he came so close, but ultimately it comes back to that penalty.
He used all of his energy to juke it around like 5 yards in, got 20 yards, and was just 2 yards short of the first down.
Ultimately it comes back to that penalty, and now if you're the
Now the Ghosts have a chance to take the lead.
And with a 6-point lead, I understand why the A-team had so much confidence in themselves and feeling like, hey, we can take the risk here. We can probably go for it. And, you know, hey, yeah, if they score, we'll be all right. But as long as we stop them on the 2, then it's only a tie game. But, you know, it's a real risk to understand to do that. At the end of the day, what do you lose? Maybe 5-10 yards if you're going to throw anyway.
The bigger thing is that he ran it. If it was an incomplete pass, they get the ball at midfield. But
yeah.
Now the Ghosts get it at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I think ultimately the big mistake isn't anything other than the fact that, you know, not the fact that you didn't decide to throw, but that you had to take that penalty and really cost yourself a real chance to make something happen in this game.
So here we go, 8:19 left in the third quarter. Handoff here, it's the wide open space, jukes around defenders. Nobody was around there for the Ghost. I thought those were Ghost blockers, but instead they were A-team defenders. Nothing but into a herd of Tampa players. Second down.
Yeah, and we see now the Ghosts trying to get their run game going after what we saw from the Tampa run game on that last drive, and they're going to have to be aggressive here. You see that in the empty set and trying to get some points on the board to get this game tied up or possibly take the lead.
Handoff here on the sweep, but it's only going to get a gain of 4. I believe that was Todd Johnson there on the sweep. Going to be 3rd down and 5.
And that's not what I thought we were going to see on 2nd and long. Obviously, they get them.
They got 5 yards.
Yeah,
it's only 3rd and 5.
They get themselves a 3rd and manageable, but with yourself, with the team down 6, they've had a handful of mistakes. I mean, just 1 or 2 when they've had the ball on offense. I expected maybe them to go for a big play, especially coming out with an empty backfield. But I understand wanting to get 3rd and manageable as opposed to go for the big shot and have a chance at missing it.
3rd down and 5. Handoff here to Mark Cooper. Cooper trying to get that first down, but A-team says, no, you're going to be a yard short.
And so
actually, I'm interested. Are the refs going to say the first down? They're going to say first down. Mark Cooper just got there in time. Is this going to be a change now? 1st down and 10.
Well, they just barely got there, but I still want to see this Ghost offense open it up a little bit. They came dangerously close to forcing themselves into a 4th down situation right there. And obviously they avoid it. They pick up the first, but I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive here, especially considering the fact that, you know, a touchdown without the 2-point conversion only ties it up. You might still need the ball back in this game. So I'd like to see them open up the passing game a little bit here.
So here we go. 1st down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Kyle taking a 3-step drop back, gets it to Todd Johnson. Johnson tries to stiff arm Wynn, but Wynn suffocates him and dropping him at the 34-yard line.
And now that brings up 3rd and long, and I feel like if they want to go for it on 4th, they could still run. I feel like at this point you have to pass if you're the Ghost. You've avoided it for this long on this drive. I understand wanting to run the ball and be effective, but they just don't run the ball as well as the A-team does. I personally think that it was time to throw a while ago. They forced themselves into a situation where now they have to, and I feel like it becomes a little bit easier for the A-team to defend.
3rd down and 12 here. Running back toss gains next to nothing. 4th down and 11 now. As KJ, you're not the coach of the Orlando Ghosts, but you are going all pass, and they just keep doing these sweeps.
Like I said, I understand. Look, both these teams are fine running the ball, but with the way the A-team has been defending them today and really stifling their run game, I don't understand the decision to keep going back to the run here. And look, I said they couldn't run on 3rd and long, so if they and they did anyway. So if they run on 4th and long, I won't be all that surprised at this point. But and they are deciding to go for it. So I don't know. I feel like they've dug themselves into quite the hole here. And if they turn it over now and give the A-team this field position, that could spell disaster.
So here we go. 4th and 11. Orlando needs this 4th down conversion. 3-step drop, chucks the ball deep. Can he get there? No. About 2 yards ahead of him. Otherwise, he had him beat.
And now you're in trouble. You take the deep shot on 4th down, trying to pick up the yardage you need plus a little bit more. And now you give the A-team the ball on your side of the field, already down 6. After they gifted you the ball with that penalty, you're having trouble stopping them as it is. They give you the ball back by getting that penalty themselves. They're just short of converting it as it is. And now you let that opportunity slip away, and that could be the championship. I really think that drive could have lost the Ghost the championship.
So apparently there was a penalty change on that before. It wasn't 3rd down. It's going to be 4th down. Yeah.
So at least now the Ghosts will get a chance to throw off, but with a big return, Tampa still could be set up with good field position, and I think the point still stands. I don't think their play calling was aggressive enough there. I would have liked it to see it be a little bit more aggressive, and I hate to think that could be what stops them from making something happen in this championship game.
Here comes the return, trying to get some speed, jukes a defender, and gets down to the 40-yard line. Jorge Williams there on the return as the Tampa A-team will get the ball at the 40-yard line.
Now, if I was the A-team here, I just go back to the well. Don't self-inflict any mistakes like on that last drive with that 15-yard penalty that really backed them up. Just keep running the ball. That's been your bread and butter. It's really worked well for you today, and I just keep going back to that, keep pounding it, keep running out the clock, dwindling those seconds down, and pushing this into the 4th quarter and making it really difficult for the Ghosts to come back. Because if you can do that, run some clock, and get a 2-possession lead, I feel like that puts the Ghosts in an almost impossible position.
So Orlando Ghosts now need a defensive stop here before this game gets away from them. And the Tampa A-team, they got a chance to close out what would be the first Florida championship in league history.
And one of the other plays I go back to is that pick 6 in the first quarter. 4th down and short, you throw it up and you allow the defense to get the return and take it back for a touchdown. And as early on as it was, that could be the difference maker in this game.
Single back formation, West in the backfield, Gray at quarterback. Gray hands it off to West like KJ wanted. Here comes that big boy rumble. Getting down to the near the 1st down marker, could be a 1st down. Nobody touched him for at least 7 yards. That guy had a burst of speed back there.
And, I mean, we mentioned the power back versus the elusive back early on. I mean, West is supposed to be the power back, and if you can't even touch him, that's a problem. You know, we've seen how hard he is to tackle even when you get your hands on him. You got to get your hands on him early.
2nd and 1 now, just short of the first down marker. That was a good run there by West. Now Win in the backfield. Motion man coming through, getting doubles on the left side. Gray hands it off. That's going to be West again. West bulldozing his way for the first down. Puts a man on the ground. Bring out the trucks, because West is delivering them this game.
That's all you have to do. I mean, the Ghost might as well be Ghost right now for West out there. He's running right through them, you know. If you're the A team, this is all you have to do. Just no self-inflicted mistakes. Keep running the ball. Keep your head down. Push forward, and eventually get in the end zone. Make this a 2-possession game.
First down and 10. Fake there by Gray, trying to get the option. Gets a lane on the outside with Ian Bounds. He was. He keeps going and gets pushed out at the 12-yard line. He was pointing at his receiver to give him a good block there, and he did. Tiptoed his way along the sideline, as now the A team have a chance to make this a 2-possession game, only 12 yards away.
So your A team, you run two runs right up the middle, start the drive, big gains. They make the substitution obviously, but expecting the same thing. They fake the handoff to the running back, have the quarterback roll out on the outside. The defense collapses to try to stop those runs up the middle and leaves the outside exposed, and a huge gain is what the result is for Gray. And now they're set up right, knocking on the door, making this 2-possession lead. And we've seen offense has been sort of hard to come by so far today, especially for the Ghost. So if they're able to, if the A team's able to punch it in here, I personally don't see how the Ghost come back.
End of the third quarter here. We'll take a quick break. It is 20-14. A-team on the doorstep of a Florida A7FL championship.
A7FL fans, the official A7FL store is now open. Whether you're a fan of OG A7 teams like the undefeated BIC or the 2020 champions Patterson U, or if you want to rep a new team like the O-Town Orange or the San Diego Shockwave, we've got it all. From hoodies and hats to even official team jerseys. You can even customize those jerseys with the nicknames of your favorite A7FL players. Whether it be Courage, Mamba Stacks, Hard Body, or the unstoppable CP3, you can get it now at a7fl.com/gear. Support your team and your town at a7fl.com/gear.
Start of the fourth quarter now, 20-14. The A team have a chance to take the lead, to take not only the lead, but a commanding lead.
Yeah, 2 possessions, and again, in my opinion, I don't see how the Ghosts come back from that.
Wide receiver sweep here, and he's going to try and create his own kind of opening, but only gains a 3-yard run. Jorge Williams there, as we get our second scuffle of the game. And there's an injury.
Now remember, the A team looks to be down about the 5-yard line.
Looks like he can't put pressure on that right leg. As soon as I get a confirmation who that is, he's going to try to get back in. That is Travis Gallardo. He came on the pull block there, and his right leg got a little caught, and it jolted just a little, but he was able to walk off under his own power. He's on the sideline now. He wanted to get back into the game, but his teammates told him, hey, just take a breath and relax for a moment. It's good to see him walking around there. They're going to throw the penalty. What is this going to be on? Is this going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty? It is going to be. Oh, that is brutal for the Ghost. I'm not sure if he was yapping with either the A team or was yapping with the ref. I'm not sure what the exact reasoning was behind that, but it's going to cost the Ghost at least 5 yards.
And that can't happen. I mean, if you're the Ghost, you're able to make a tackle, you keep them in relatively manageable second and goal situation. But then you give up the penalty, you let them get even closer, and you already have your backs against the wall. And you should feel like this drive we have to stop them here under any circumstances. Even if you do, and you should have confidence, you should still believe that you can come back from a 2-score game. But if you're the defense, if you actually want to make something happen here, you need to believe that this is as important as it gets. And to let a penalty like that happen, you can't let it happen in a championship game.
The Ghosts seem like they have imploded here in the last couple minutes, trying to hold together an opportunity to get to New Jersey. But can the A-team capitalize and take advantage, or can the Ghost pull off a miracle here?
They're going back to that tight formation they love so much. The running back behind the quarterback.
A lot of yapping right now, not a lot of playing.
It's been their bread and butter all day.
Here we go. 5 yards away now. Jet motion sweep, doubles on the right side, Win in the backfield. Snap from Gray, hands it off to Win. Win has an open lane, and it's a touchdown. Daniel Win with the game-sealing touchdown at May-Believe. And folks, that might be your championship Florida dagger.
Well, we'll see. Obviously, they still have most of the fourth quarter to go, but, as I've mentioned, I just think with the way the Ghost offense has performed so far today, unless we see a drastic change, it's going to be hard for them to come back. And you saw what the A-team did there. They went right back to what's been working all game for them, running up the middle. That's been the perfect situation. That's been the go-to play for them all night long. They go right back to it there. It works perfectly. It's barely touched and able to get in and make this a 2-score game.
Golden opportunity here from the A-team to try and get 2 quick points on the board, only 10 yards away. Here comes Gray, stepping back, trying to get a fade to the end zone towards Win, but it's off West's hands. He had the conversion in the corner of the end zone, but it bounces off. 26-14.
Yeah, it looked like West wasn't quite ready for that ball to drop into his hands, almost like he thought that he was going to get deflected by the defender, and that's what he was preparing for. But unfortunately, unable to haul it in, but ultimately might not matter at the end of the day for the A-team being up 2 scores. If their defense can hold up, which it has all day, I don't think they'll have many regrets about not converting there.
Well, this is a championship game, and what does every championship game have?
A trophy?
A trophy. And we just want to take a quick moment to thank the official trophy provider of the A7FL, Harif Jones. These guys do a great job with such great, amazing to detail. So if you ever have any trophies in need or you just want to, feel good about yourself, make sure to check Harif Jones for more details.
For the record, when you said that what has every championship game had, my second answer was Tom Brady, but I figured a trophy was...
Okay, the Boston guy talking about Tom Brady and championships. All right.
Most of the time a championship game is going to have Tom Brady. I feel like the majority of the time I'd be right about that.
That's going to be yet another one. We saw it a lot during the exhibition game, but just not being able to get the ball 40 yards. So it's going to be a runoff here from the 25-yard line.
So do you think if I went to harifjones.com that I could just get a trophy for myself if I wanted one?
Hey, man.
I don't know. I feel like I deserve like a survived quarantine trophy,
if you want to see you're the best commentator of the Florida A7FL championship history, you can do that. There's been one, but you can do that. Tackled there at the 48-yard line. Oh, there's a little bit of yammering going on now.
And
that's going to be unsportsmanlike. Damon Petito went up to him, made the tackle, and gave him a little clap right in the face. So I'm not sure who the penalty is going to be on, because he was the one that clapped at him, and then Ghost responded by throwing the ball back into his face.
Well, while we're sorting this out, I'll just say that I think I've come up with my plan. I think I'm going to go to Harif Jones. I'm going to order a trophy. I'm going to get it to say Survive 2020, and I'm going to keep it around for 20 years, and then I'm going to tell my kids that everybody who survived got one of those trophies.
There you go. Absolutely. I like that idea.
Just because I like lying. I like the idea of lying to my children. I think that's fun.
Okay. So the second half has just been a tale of two teams. I mean, you have the A team appropriately named because they have been the most exceptional team, not only in the division this entire season, but on the field. And the Ghosts, well, looking like ghosts of their first half selves where they were competing and making this a close game. But a couple bad offensive possessions and one bad defensive possession have now made this a two-possession game with the Ghosts down 26-14.
And I mean, going back to that penalty, that just can't happen if you're the A team. I mean, you know, you have this big lead, you've built it up, you're on the brink of clinching a championship, and you give the Ghost great field position. You just gift it to them with this penalty. You have to stay composed. I know you're excited. You're about to win this trophy, and you win some money too, and you're hyped up a little bit. You have a lot of energy, but a penalty there, you just that's the one thing you can't afford is self-inflicted mistakes like that.
The refs kind of getting involved in the last few minutes, just making sure the game is just set up correctly. Gotta let them play. This is the championship game. So there's going to be a timeout here for the Ghosts. They're going to need a huddle to figure out how they're going to come back into this game down 26-14.
Ultimately, the right call for the refs. This being the last game that you're going to have in the championship in the A7FL Florida League this season. Of course, the championship game. You don't want any extracurricular things to ruin what otherwise would be a great night. So trying to get control of this game, but you have to also understand emotions are going to be flaring up with everything that's on the line.
Before we get started here on this possession, the league hooked up with Marshawn Lynch and his Zoom Bane products before the
Marshawn
season.
Lynch?
Marshawn Lynch, baby.
Wow.
NFL superstar. A few of our players are wearing those protective gears. And for over 25 NFL teams, they have that set up. Tackle there by the Ghosts. So we just want to thank them because this couldn't be possible without them becoming a part of the A7FL uniforms in 2022.
That was Zoom Bang, you said?
Zoom Bane. ZoomBane.com.
Should check them out. I like stuff presented by Marshawn Lynch. You know,
Absolutely.
Marshawn Lynch loves Skittles, and Skittles are fantastic. So I'm behind whatever Marshawn Lynch likes.
Second down here for the Ghost. They are going to need a touchdown, and they're going to need it quickly. Receivers on the right-hand side, running backs running left. First pass I've seen in a minute, and it is incomplete off the hands. It was Avery Harris there who had a touchdown before. Avery Harris just could not corral that one in, and now it's third down. Looks to be about 3rd and 3.
If you're the Ghost, you have to work quickly here because you need enough time to get this touchdown, get the stop, and score again. So you need to get this done as quickly as possible.
Mark Roberts trying to throw it there, intercepted, no! With a chance to basically end the game, the A-team dropped what would be a ceiling interception. Stephon Reed, who had the first score of this game, which was a pick 6, unable to corral that one in.
Yeah, and the Orlando Ghost dodging a bullet there. I mean, that could have been the game. That could have been the championship if the A-team was able to haul that in, but now gets basically one more chance, and if they don't convert here and they give the A-team the ball back in the fourth quarter with their run game, that might be the straw that broke the camel's back.
4th and 3. Here we go. Quick screen play, but communication was off.
And that's just an overthrow.
Bad throw there by the quarterback, Mark Cooper. And unless we can see maybe a defensive touchdown here, that might be it.
And you hear we can hear the Tampa A team screaming from their sideline, it's over, clapping it up. Obviously very excited with everything that's gone on, but if you're the Ghost there, we talked about them needing to get the passing game going earlier, and maybe you see why they weren't going to it as much on that last drive, because they tried to go to the air a few times, and a few incompletions, almost an interception at one point, and it wasn't there for them. And, so when you're down 2 scores, you have to throw, and when you have the inability to do so, it's just it's not going to work out so well.
We saw Todd Johnson come off the bench, throw his jersey off. He's frustrated, and the Ghost, their season is almost over unless they can get a couple defensive stops here. But this A-team offense has been so good. West bulldozing his way, getting to the 8-yard line. I hope that man drives a truck because he is just a beast down there.
Yeah, and he's been the reason that I guess you could say that the Ghosts are dead, right? They're floating around there. They're just haunting the field at this point, whatever you want to say. I mean, the Tampa A team has just run all over them all game, and it's been tough for the Ghosts to do anything about it. They're having a tough time stopping this run game, and that's pretty much why the A team's in the position they're in, on the brink of winning it all.
2nd down now and 2 as the A-team is just looking to take some time off the clock. Handoff here, bobbled but recovered. It's Travis Gallardo, who we saw injured on the previous 2-point conversion when they scored last time. Looks like he's feeling okay now. Now he's getting a little, he's jabbing a little.
Yeah, no love lost between these teams. Obviously, the Ghosts have to be incredibly frustrated getting all the way to the championship and chance to win some money, win a trip to New Jersey, all this stuff on the line. And
I'm sure Jersey's excited to have them. They're going to be facing them in the Final Four game, whoever can win this game, the U. So here comes Win. Win in the backfield, Gray as quarterback. Two receivers to the left-hand side, 3 blockers, West in the backfield, Gray at quarterback. Fakes the handoff here, does the option, tries to scoot around the defenders, but only is able to get a gain of 3. But that's good, keep the ball in play, let the clock keep ticking down. 8:50 left on the clock now.
And if you're the Tampa A team, you have no reason to stop running it. I mean, until the Ghosts prove they can stop it, which they haven't through 3 quarters, and you have to imagine being even more fatigued now than they have been all game and feeling probably a little bit dejected considering the position they're in. You just keep running the ball, wasting that time, and hope it takes you far enough down that you can start to really smell that championship.
They just got to get a stop here, maybe a quick touchdown. Hey, never know, but it looks like they would need to get a boost of energy that I have not seen from them in this defensive possession. So here we go. Gray, alone in the backfield now, brings a motion man, hands it off to him. Here he comes down the line, tries to get the first down. He may have just gotten there. It depends on how the refs spot that. That was Dwayne Holland on that one. Are the refs going to give him the first down?
It looks like they're giving him enough.
First down, just barely enough, and that just means more time ticking off the clock. Ever since that touchdown to make it 26-14, that just seems like that was the final dagger for the Ghosts, so they just didn't have enough in them to make the comeback.
Yeah, you pretty much said it, Logan. And, the other big thing that about that play and that whole drive was, it was set up by a pretty ineffective drive by the Ghosts beforehand, and they get that penalty on 1st and goal to give them half the distance, and just a lot of plays that I'm sure the Ghosts wish they could have back.
Motion man here, hands it off to West. West trying to get at least a few yards, and he does. Looks like he gets about maybe 3 or 4 on that run to make it 2nd down.
To me, you can make an argument for a lot of these players. Obviously, Gray's been fantastic with a few rushing touchdowns. I would personally say West has been the player of the game here today. He's showcased himself offense, defense, in the passing game and the running game, especially in the running game. He's been impossible to tackle. He's pretty much an automatic 5 yards every time you hand him the ball. So I feel like he's been the guy on the A team that's stood out the most so far today.
Hands on the hips, dejected and tired, putting all you can into this championship game. But can the A team wind down this clock and get the first ever A7FL Florida champion? Let's find out. Snaps it off here to Win. Win tries to get to the right side here and does, but is tackled around the neck. I was going to see if they're going to call a flag, but they did not. Just a good tackle there, and now some little bit of yammering after that tackle.
Yeah,
and
a little bit up high.
We're getting yet another scuffle. It's Avery Harris who made the tackle and was talking his thing.
Yeah, the frustration just really pouring out for the Ghost now, and you got to imagine.
Timeout now. The Orlando Ghost calling their first timeout of the half to try to conserve some time on the clock.
Yeah, and it kind of gets into a place now where you have to call the timeouts to try to give yourself a chance, but it really feels like this one's winding down to an end. They've had no answer all night for the A-team run game, so at this point, I don't see what they can do.
We're going to take a quick break here. Fourth quarter in the A7FL Florida Championship. We'll be back.
I started this football league out of my own desperation to play the game that I love, the game I couldn't live without. I knew there were other guys just like me that needed football in their lives. Now with the help of some great partners and leadership, we're growing the A7FL into a National Football League.
Welcome back into the fourth quarter of the A7FL Florida Championship game between the Tampa A-team and the Orlando Ghosts. KJ Doyle and Logan Windsor on the call for you. We've been seeing a little bit of yippering and yammering, maybe a little bit of frustration here by the Ghost. But we're only a few minutes away from finding out who's going to be the inaugural A7FL Florida champion. Before we do that, you know, I'm a college student juggling homework, classes, and a job.
No way, I am too.
I was navigating a lot during this pandemic. It was hard to keep my thoughts in order, so I started with a CBD product called BioHemp. That was all natural with no THC.
Really?
It helped me focus and not panic. My workload was insane, so I definitely recommend to check them out at biohempplus.com.
You think I should try it?
If it help, anything that can help, man.
I have some tough class. I mean, you know the class I'm about to take. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I need it.
Depends on how much you know OBS. Orlando goes trying to hype up the crowd, trying to get them to get a good defensive stop here. West trips and falls on the toss, so here we go. Clock is now rolling.
That is costly, and that I don't know if it's really going to come back to bite them. It seems like they have a big enough lead that even if they do give the ball back to the Ghosts, they should be okay. They're running a little bit more of a risk there, but the only person that has been able to stop West seemingly behind the backfield today has been himself.
That's the second time that's happened now. So now there's under 5 minutes left. Of course, we'll have a 2-minute warning, and the Ghosts have 2 timeouts left. But they're going to need some kind of turnover now. Avery just keeps yappering with that bench of Tampa. He's now they're trying to get the crowd hype. Here we go. Gray in the backfield. 3 trips on the left side. Single receiver to the right. Gray, 3-step drop back. Looking for a receiver. Gets sacked and annihilated. Walked right into the back of that sack. That was 51 on that one. Chandler West.
And you just got to be happy if you're Gray in the A-team that he was able to hold on to the ball, because you mentioned them needing a turnover. That could have very easily been it. He was not ready for that defender coming behind him and smacks him. And if he drops that ball and the Ghosts pick it up, this is suddenly a different ball game. But luckily able to hold on to it and keep possession for his team, because that was dangerous.
So the Orlando Ghosts call their second time out now. as they can see maybe a little bit of hope. Now the A-team's starting to get kind of dejected, and the Ghosts are starting to get momentum. About 4:10 left now. 3:59 left on the clock. The 3rd and 14. 3rd and 29 now for the A-team. Now the A-team are going to call a timeout of their own. They didn't like the formation that the defense had, didn't like their odds. They called their first timeout of the half.
The other big thing about taking the sack on that last down is, it keeps the clock running, and it forces, the clock runs, it forces the Ghosts to call a timeout, and, and not that you ever want to take a sack, but in that situation, not entirely the worst thing for the A-team to keep that clock moving.
Yeah, so Tampa, it's had a good couple months. Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl, Tampa Bay Lightning and the Stanley Cup. Now, the Tampa A-team possibly can be the first Florida A7FL champions.
And don't forget
you got to put them right up there with the big guns.
Don't forget the Rays too. They made a great playoff run as well.
Did too.
So, it's been.
What do they call it? A Champa Bay?
Champa Bay. That's pretty
Champa
good.
Bay.
Hey, there's something in the water. Whatever Tom Brady brought down there with him has just sprinkled some magic on the city or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's been incredible.
The Lightning won a year or two ago in the NHL Finals.
Yeah. It's been an incredible run for Tampa, and this just adds to the long list of potential Tampa champions if they can close this one out.
So here we go, 3:59, 3rd down and 29. Tampa, if they can convert this one, they might be able to run off enough clock to end the game. But if Orlando can get a stop here, there's a possibility that they can score quickly and make this a ball game.
Now, personally, I'd still run this one. I'd still run the ball here. I think the more important thing is the time. I don't think you have much of a chance of converting this, even if you do go for a deep shot. So I'd just keep the clock moving at this point. I think that's the safest play.
Adam Jones is in the backfield. New quarterback now for Orlando. For Tampa, my apologies. Here we go. Gray. Waiting to snap the ball here. Step back, trying to find an open man, and does down the middle of the field. He's got him down there. Trying to juke a defender, but goes down at the 38-yard line. Dwayne Holland getting about a 20-yard reception there as another player goes down. It's number 34 for the Tampa A-team.
Limping off the field now. Unfortunate in this situation. Just kind of epitomizes Tampa giving everything they have to this game and not getting close to a championship. But that 3rd down pass play gets them close enough now that they can realistically go for it here on 4th down, and you don't have to feel too bad about it. This is very attainable, picking this one up.
So here we go, 4th down. Tampa gets this, they can start thinking about New Jersey. West in the backfield, Gray getting the snap. Quarterback sweep to the right. What a tackle! And a stop. That might be change of possession if he was short, and he was.
And a stare down after the fact as well.
Yeah, Joey Bate on the tackle.
And he's yapping a little bit too. He's talking. He's trying to get his team fired up.
Orlando's got the energy now.
It's not going to be easy. Not a lot of time on the clock.
Change of possession now. That was 4th down, and they were short. Another injury. That's 3 straight possessions out of injury. As soon as I can see who that is, it's an Orlando Ghost player. Injury timeout now. I have a confirmation that it was number 3, David Crandall, on the injury there. He's being helped off by his teammates. He's under his own power now, so hopefully he's okay, but he was a huge part of how Orlando was able to get that stop and the ball back.
And now it's on their offense, and I know it hasn't worked out for them so far, but with the limited time you have to go for the big plays. That's your only option at this point if you need 2 scores. You just need to try to make it happen that way.
Deep pass here with an opportunity, and it is intercepted by West. Taking it down now, letting that big boy run, as that will be it. Seeming like that will be the final dagger.
That's pretty much it. Pretty much is going to do it, and give West the MVP trophy right now. I mean, I mentioned it earlier. That interception only furthers his case to me to be the best player here today that we've seen. And you know, it's just Tampa. I understood, and I said it before. The Ghosts kind of had to go for the big shot there. And they do, and of course it results in an interception. I don't really blame them for that. It was kind of what you had to do in that situation. Just unfortunately, they don't convert and they turn it over, and quickly their hopes go from slim to none.
So here we go, 1st down and 10 with about 2 minutes left on the clock. Now all they have to do is run a few plays, and they will be the inaugural champions.
Got a whistle
I don't
here.
know what the whistle's for. 2-minute warning now, because there was a running clock after the interception. So now we're at 2 minutes now. All they really need to do is run 3 plays, and they will be the champions. What an amazing performance by the Tampa A team. You got to talk about Demetrius West, one of the better running backs we've seen, and has that interception. Devon Gray had a 7-yard rushing touchdown and led this Orlando team Tampa team on offense as their leader, as their quarterback. Daniel Wynn also filling in for running back every once in a while, making good performances. Stephon Reed opened up this game with a pick 6. A lot of guys that you can thank for this championship run from the Tampa A team.
Yeah, and Tampa, as you mentioned, one of the sponsors earlier, Marshawn Lynch. This Tampa team built much like Marshawn Lynch's championship team, defense and the run game. And that's the way that they've kind of messed up. I mean, you have Russell Wilson out there, you know, your mobile quarterback, and your Marshawn Lynch and Demetrius West, and your dominant defense. And to me, that's really how Tampa was able to get it done, and that's the story of their team.
Just trying to run the clock out now is Gray, but there's going to be a penalty called, and here comes Gray. He escaped the defenders, and now he's on the run. He's got a blocker downfield. Can he get past him? He can, as that is your game-sealing Florida inaugural champion. What a great run by Gray there.
We'll see what the flag is for, though.
There is going to be a flag. I'm not sure if it's on the offense or the defense, but once again, there's another injured player. It is number 3, David Crandall.
It looked like the official might have been signaling holding.
I'll be interested to see what the call is here.
It looks like it is holding on the offense. So this one is coming back. And it looks like there's another injury down by the 8-yard line, a ghost player is down.
Yeah, he's still down there. He got hurt in the previous possession, and they came back out there when he necessarily didn't need to, and hopefully he didn't make that injury any worse.
Just wanted to do everything he can for his team to try to get them back in this game, clinch the championship, and you see the A team applauding the effort too of
they're yapping at each other, and they're like, obviously this is a competitive game, but they don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Absolutely not, especially this close to the end of the game, pretty much decided for the most part if Tampa successfully runs out the clock with no mistakes. And
well, getting a holding call isn't going to help.
Right, yeah, that's the first issue, but if they can, they still just need to run it 3 times, and they should be all right. So first down and 20 here. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Sweep here by Tampa as he knocks him down.
About 1:30 left now as Orlando is going to call timeout now. That is their second.
And just kind of desperation at this point. Even if they do get the ball back, down 2 scores with a minute, 40 seconds left, whatever will be left for them to work with. I understand wanting to do everything you can to try to win the game, but it's a tall task at this point. It's going to be very, very difficult. And, I think this one's pretty much clinched for the A team. And you can kind of tell that Orlando's mostly reserved themselves to that.
Yeah, Orlando's just trying to keep calling timeouts, just trying to see if maybe like a fumble recovery happens, an interception, trying to see if there's any way that they could come back. So here we go. Second down now, about 19 away from the first down marker. Hands it up to West, and West bulldozes his way down about 10, 11 yards.
And there's that man again. Just keep feeding the beast. I already alluded to this Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks team. Maybe if the Seahawks gave Marshawn Lynch the ball more, they'd have 2 championships. So they should take notes from the Tampa A team. Keep feeding it to your dominant running back, and that's how you win championships. And
clock is running out now. Just about a minute left now in the fourth quarter in a 26-14 ball game.
And they're yelling from the sideline to feed him too. They're saying, feed the beast.
And they do. They feed him. Can anybody tackle him? Cooper gets him down at the 45-yard line, 5 yards short of the first down marker. About 40 seconds now. 30 seconds away.
I think it's time to start the congratulations.
Congratulations are in order.
As a great comedian of our time once said, bring out the dancing lobsters.